Good morning, Dr. Carter. I'm Eronima, a GameStop shareholder with over $1 million invested in GME shares. I earned my master's from the prestigious Crestwood University in Ashbourne. I've been closely tracking the stock and am troubled by what seems like manipulation keeping its price down. I'd love your expert take on this.
Good morning, Eronima. I'm Dr. John Carter, a finance professor at the esteemed Valmont University in High Ridge. With 20 years at Silvercrest Partners, one of the most successful hedge funds, I've seen plenty of market tactics, some questionable. Let's unpack what might be happening with GameStop.
I've heard about naked shorting, selling shares you haven't borrowed. That's illegal, isn't it? How could it affect GameStop?
Exactly, Eronima. Naked shorting is banned in the US. It's when someone sells shares short without securing them first, creating artificial supply. For GameStop, this could flood the market with phantom shares, driving the price down and hurting shareholders like you. It often shows up as failures to deliver, FTDs, where shares aren't handed over on time. Some suspect this keeps GME suppressed, though proving intent is tricky.
That's concerning. What about payment for order flow and internalization? I've read those terms linked to GME.
Payment for order flow, or PFOF, is when brokers get paid by market makers to route orders their way. Often, these market makers internalize trades, filling them in-house instead of on public exchanges. For GME, this could mean short sales stay off the lit market, hiding the real selling pressure. It's legal, but it can obscure what's happening, potentially letting manipulators keep the price low without scrutiny.
So they're hiding trades to control the price? What about spoofing? How does that fit in?
Spoofing is another illegal tactic. It's when traders place fake orders, like a big sell order, to trick the market into thinking there's heavy pressure, pushing GME's price down. Then they cancel it and profit from the dip. It's deceptive and can hurt real investors. Regulators watch for this, but it's fast and hard to catch in real time.
That sounds sneaky. I've also heard ETFs are used to short GME. How does that work?
ETFs holding GME can be shorted indirectly. Here's the twist. Through the ETF creation and redemption process, authorized participants swap ETF shares for the underlying stocks like GME. If they short the ETF and can't deliver GME shares during redemption, it leads to FTDs. This could artificially suppress GME's price by keeping supply high and delaying real delivery, another layer of complexity.
FTDs keep coming up. How do they specifically hurt GME's price?
Failures to deliver happen when shares aren't delivered as promised. With GME, high FTDs might signal naked shorting or shorts not covering, kicking the can down the road. It keeps extra shares in play, weighing on the price. The SEC tracks this, but some argue it's a loophole manipulators exploit to suppress stocks like GME indefinitely.
That's frustrating. What about swaps? I've seen GME swaps mentioned online.
Swaps are derivatives, contracts swapping cash flows. A total return swap on GME lets a hedge fund bet against it without borrowing shares. They pay a fee and get the stock's losses if it drops. It's less visible than regular shorting, hiding their position from public data. For GME, this could mean more short pressure than we see, keeping the price down under the radar.
So, swaps could mask the real short interest? What can regulators do about all this?
They could, yes. The SEC's been under fire. Some say they're too cozy with big players. Others say they're just slow. They're exploring tighter rules on short reporting, FTDs, and even PFOF. More transparency around swaps and internalization could help level the field. It's about protecting shareholders like you, Eronima, while keeping markets efficient.
I'd love that. Fairness for once. Thanks, Dr. Carter. This really clarifies things.
My pleasure, Eronima. It's a messy system, but awareness is the first step. Let me know if you want to dig deeper.